Hello everyone, welcome to this week's reading vlog. This week we will see how much I realistically read in a week because I wanted to mood read and I still wanted to film, so this is what we're left with. This week I started reading Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I think I started Monday actually, but I could have started last week on Sunday. I'm not quite sure. Actually, I did start this week, yeah. So I started this week on Monday. I'll put up the stats of how much I read on Monday and Tuesday because we're currently Wednesday and I have 100 pages left, which I'm hoping to finish it. I have read already today. I think I've already read like 100 pages, but I'm still hoping to read 100 more so I can finish things up. I do have a lot of books on my August TBR. I will put a video up here and I desperately want to get to all of them, so I really need to get a move on and, you know, not speed run through the books, but kind of in a way. Also tomorrow I have a dermatologist appointment and there's a library really close by. It's a really stunning library and I'm hoping to go because I do have some books to return and also just to read, and hopefully I'll finish this one and I can pick up another one. Like I showed you guys, have a lot of options, so we will of course see that. Speaking of the book though, I wanted to give you a little update because I am really enjoying it. Last week I mentioned how I loved the fairy tale whimsical vibes of the book, and I am of course still enjoying that, but the book has kind of gone into a different direction. We have more of like a mystery going on. I completely forgot to give you guys a mini description, but basically Evangeline, the female main character, she falls in love with this boy named Luke, but one day he literally gets engaged to her stepsister, so she's heartbroken and she goes to pray to the Prince of Hearts so that the wedding gets called off, but he's like, in exchange you have to give me 3 kisses. The 3 kisses aren't with him but with 3 other random people, and she's like, okay fine, and obviously everything goes terribly wrong and there's a whole journey that starts from there because he's a fate and fates are messed up. It's of course still a YA fantasy, so it's fun and cute, but we have a certain darker elements to it. The characters are getting more fleshed out. Evangeline especially, we're seeing her more, like we're seeing her personality more. She's really coming out of her shell. She's still a really lovely character in person, but I feel like we're seeing more of her personality, her persona, who she truly is. Jax is still very mischievous, but he has a certain charm to him that I can see why she will ultimately fall in love with him, and I can see the appeal, you know. Their romance is definitely, like, it's a slow burn. I don't see them getting together at the end of this book. It's a trilogy, so they'll definitely get together at some point. Like, I know that's who their couples, like everyone knows, it's in the synopsis, but I don't see them getting together in this book. Probably in the second book or the third book even. I don't know. Kind of like that situation where you could say, I guess, they were enemies to lovers, but not really. Like, I don't ever think they were enemies, but they definitely didn't like each other, and they're warming up to each other, but they definitely don't. They have like that attraction to each other, that spark with each other, but they don't really like each other. Another thing that's very exclusive to YA fantasy is that the parents are just never there. Like, there's never any adult supervision, and so these teenagers, she's 17, and these teenagers are allowed to do whatever they want and they're allowed to go wherever they please, and that is why they always end up in tricky situations because there are no adults supervising them. I don't know why that is like that. I know in Six of Crows, like, I know they don't really have parents in Six of Crows, but like, it's always the theme. Like, these characters in YA fantasy don't have parents. It's such a kind of sad, but like I was just reading, right? And then I realized Jax is a fate. AKA, how old is he? Because he's been alive apparently for a really long time. And Evangeline is 17. That cannot be legal. That cannot be legal. Thursday, so I am home. It is so rainy. It's been so incredibly rainy. It's actually starting to piss me off because it's not fall yet, okay? It's August. But I did not manage to go to the library because it was so, well, I did go, but it was so packed that I couldn't stay. So I left, and therefore I haven't started reading yet. I wanted to give a little update on Once Upon a Broken Heart because I did finish it. You saw last night, I finished it. It was so phenomenal. I gave it a 4.25. I absolutely loved the vibes. It was giving a mix of Divine Rivals and The Cruel Prince. I saw similarities with The Cruel Prince in the sense that like the characters, their personalities I feel are a little similar. I mean, Evangeline and Jude are not similar, but like I feel like their character dynamic kind of similar. The plot in a sense kind of similar, you know. And then with Divine Rivals, the magic system has some similarities. So yeah, I mean, definitely not like copies at all. I know recently it's been like a whole debate or a discussion at least of, because some popular books are almost direct copies of other popular books. So, but that's not in this case, but yeah. Evangeline is the cutest little, sweetest little plum ever. I want her to be real. I want her to be real because she's so amazing. I'm like, whatever you say, Evangeline, honestly. And I cannot wait to read more about her in the next couple books. She's just, I don't understand how someone can be so sweet and so lovely, but at the same time stand her ground, get things done, be independent, have self-confidence, be kind to everyone, but at the same time like know when you're wrong and know when you did something wrong, and when she's like perfect. She's perfect and she's beautiful. It's like Jax. I've tried really hard to not like him because some of his actions, but he's charismatic, what can I say? Anyways, cannot wait to keep reading this. Fully recommend if everyone is into or in the mood for a romantasy. I think it's more like a fantasy romance, cozy fantasy romance, fairy tale-y. Definitely recommend. Put it on your TBR, go read it. Yes. Now for the books I can start reading now. So I initially was like, oh, I'm in the mood for Happy Hour. Also, this one's due at the library soon, so I'm like, I need to read it. So I was in the mood for this last night, but then this morning when I woke up, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm in the mood for this yet, or, you know? So that's the problem of being an extreme mood reader, is that I don't know if I'm in the mood for this or not. Going through all the other books I have on my TBR, this one jumped out at me and I was like, oh, Bad Blood, wait, maybe I'm in the mood for Bad Blood right now. So I think I'm going to read Bad Blood right now. I'm kind of in this like limbo situation because I'm going to buddy read The Will of the Many with this girl on this like Discord group I'm part of. But the problem is that we haven't finalized anything, so I don't really know when we're going to start The Will of the Many, how long it's going to take us. And therefore, I kind of have to reorganize my video ideas and my reading plans based on that. So I'm trying to read books right now that I'm gonna finish really quickly, or that I wouldn't mind pausing to pick up something else, you know? But I think this, Bad Blood, I'm gonna be able to read really quickly. It's really chunky, but that's because the novella is actually in this copy, which is really fun too. I was also debating, like, do I do a little 24-hour reading in this vlog? Because my mom's not gonna be here tonight. So, oh my god, I'm so lame. I'm so lame. Since she's not gonna be here, I'm going to be able to do whatever. So maybe stay up and read, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy for that. But yeah, okay, let's get to reading. Guys, happy Saturday. I'm speeding through this because we have to leave for dinner like right now, but I'm going to be reading The Will of the Many because I'm buddy reading this, and we have actually scheduled for me to, or scheduled for us to finish it on Tuesday, so I'm going to extend the video so that I'm filming until Tuesday so you guys can see my full thoughts on this book, because yeah, I'm so incredibly excited. I have not started yet, even though I desperately should have, because I have to be at like 150 pages tonight, but we will get to that. I have not been reading the past couple days just because I really, honestly, this is very realistic, but I do get really tired throughout like the middle part of the week. I just don't want to pick up a book, and so I've been struggling with that for like a really long time. So yeah, I have not been reading, but I have been listening to an audiobook, which is my first full audiobook of the year. It is Out on a Limb, and it is pretty good. I always do struggle with audiobooks because I don't like the narrators, and I also don't process information very well via audio, so I normally just stick to reading physical books or on my iPad or stuff. But I don't think the book is bad, but I'm just not really connecting with the characters because it's kind of, there's a generational divide. I think the humor and the quirkiness of the characters that the author is trying to do, I just cannot vibe with. It's something that's more like millennial to me, very much millennial coded, and I just cannot really mesh with that. So therefore I just like, I don't really enjoy the book, but at the same time I don't want to DNF, and I do want to keep reading, so it's not a horrible read. But yeah, I also am struggling with the main female character. I think she's just kind of annoying, and I can't tell if it's because I think the narrator's voice is annoying for her or what, but yeah, I also think the main guy is just too much of a green flag, to the point where it's like every single page we're reminded how amazing of a person he is, and we're like, I get it, like I get he's amazing. I don't need to be reminded with paragraphs on every page on how amazing he is. And I know that it's like from the point of view of the main female character, so obviously she's gonna feel that way, but I don't need to be reminded. I feel like I was jumbling over my words, like word salad, honestly, in this clip, but I will see you guys later. I reached 100 subscribers. I know it's not like a huge big thing, but I'm very, very happy and I'm very excited. So thank you guys so much if you're subscribed to me. I love y'all, and I will keep making these videos. If you guys ever have any video suggestions or just like anything you want me to read or review or anything, let me know. I'm literally at y'all's beck and call, honestly. Now for the books. I also realized when I was editing that I talk with my hands so much, but I have been reading The Will of the Many. The lighting is a little funky, but I'm on page 55. I'm reading this slowly because the beginning is a little confusing. It's a little slower, and they're really establishing the world that we're in, which I'm a little confused at. So essentially, they live in Casnan, which is this empire, and I think before there were separate countries where the main character was the prince of one of those countries, but now the country is like part of the big Catalan Empire, the Republic, and in this republic there's a hierarchy system where the ones at the bottom are forced to give their will to the ones at the top. I think the will is like what makes a person. Essentially, they're like depleted from their will, which makes them age faster because they don't have like energy or anything going. And then all of this like energy, what like makes a person living, goes to the higher ups. But I'm not exactly sure how they give it to the higher ups. I do know there's a machine that where the prison vis is working at, the machine is used to take out this will. But I do think there's also like a where you can willingly give will, maybe through like your minds. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm assuming it's gonna get like sorted out later. It is so intriguing because I'm like, what is happening? He's an orphan now because he's part of the empire. His parents are dead. They were killed by the empire. I think he's technically also supposed to be dead, but he's in hiding, right? But now something's happening where he's going somewhere else. Still in the empire, but he's going somewhere else. So I'm thinking, like, is he going to the academy? Because in the synopsis, it says that there's an academy, like he goes to this academy. And I love academies, y'all know I love academies in books. So I'm thinking maybe that's where he's going now, but at the same time, I'm not sure because they haven't mentioned the academy in the book yet. I've also been reading Out on a Limb on audiobook. It's a 2.5, like I'm not enjoying it. I think I'm 90% in. I'm going to finish it up while I'm cleaning my makeup brushes. I keep forgetting to clean my makeup brushes, but it's Sunday, so I gotta clean them up. So I'm gonna finish listening to that. I would DNF if I wasn't so into it, or not into it, but like so far into it, I would DNF because it's cringy, and everyone on Goodreads loves it. All my friends, my mutuals, even just people I have no idea exist, they would love it. So I'm kind of confused. Is it because I read it on audiobook? I don't know. Lastly, last night we went out, as you guys saw, and I stopped by a bookstore. I mean, when there's a bookstore, you can't. I got the Communist Manifesto. Now, we might be wondering, Ines, like the Communist Manifesto, like seriously? Well, yes, because I decided I'm going to study and analyze this because oftentimes I feel like communism is not taught well enough in school. I feel like a lot of the times in the US especially, there's a very negative connotation to communism, and I'm trying to see if that is justified or not. I've always heard, you know, communism in practice is different from actual Marxism. That's probably true, but I'm not sure. So, time for me to analyze this. As I get older, I mean, I need to have more common knowledge. And I think especially because I'm so interested in politics and everything, it's important to really know my shit before I talk. Because if you say things without knowing what you're actually saying, that's when it starts getting dangerous. So, yeah. Hey guys, so I'm finishing out the vlog and I thought I would give you guys my thoughts on The Will of the Many. I'm on page 133 because I'm kind of struggling to get into the story. I am really enjoying it and it is intriguing. The world building and the plot is very interesting, but I feel like I can't really give the book my undivided attention and I'm really struggling to concentrate on it. Every time I'm sitting down to read, I want to do something else. And I don't necessarily know if it's the book's fault, if I'm not fully vibing with it yet. The action is not very, there's not much action going on basically. So far, not much is going on, world building and all of that. And I do always struggle with the beginnings of a very big fantasy book because they really have so much to establish and I just have to kind of like push through to get to the fun part. But I am going to push through because everyone says they love the ending to this, so I am very excited for that. I have also finished the Out on a Limb, which I gave a 2.5 because it was not my favorite. Like I said, cringy, millennial-y, not my cup of tea. So I'm just gonna leave it at that because it was just not for me. I did also start another audiobook. I don't really know what's with me in audiobooks right now, but yeah, I started the Francesca story from Bridgerton. So I don't know, this one I was interested in reading and then I wasn't, and then today I saw that it was available on Libby, so I was like, let me try it out. So I do really like the English narration, so I think it's pretty good so far, but we will see. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, the lighting is coming out fully again. If you did, do not forget to like and also subscribe if you want to, and I will see you guys in my next video, which, spoiler, it's going to be a 24-hour readathon, so get excited! Bye!